What is up, everybody? Ethan back tonight with another beer review, and what I've got is from Pontoon Brewing Company. This is Crushing Waves Berliner Weisse, or Georgia Weisse. Got the little pontoon there on the lake. Berliner style Weisse with cherry, pineapple, and crushable. 6.3% ABV. 12-ounce can, 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit serving temperature. Product of Georgia, USA, brewed and canned in Sandy Springs, Georgia by Pontoon Brewing Company. So, cool can art there. Pontoon Brewing Company in Sandy Springs. I've never been there, but Sandy Springs is not too far from me. I was there the other night. Going to a restaurant to celebrate my sister and brother's birthday. I'd worked not too far from Sandy Springs, but yeah. Pontoon Brewing. I've had several of their beers before. Never had this one. I like Weisses, Berliner Weisses, or in this case, Georgia Weisse. So let's go ahead and get into it. Foamy white head, at least a forefinger. The appearance is kind of, I don't know, what would you call that? Orange? Dark orange? Maybe kind of a grapefruit color. Let's get an aroma. So on the nose I get fruit. I get kind of a little bit of that cherry maybe that they mention. Has a nice kind of aroma. It doesn't smell like macro beer at all. You don't get that bready, biscuity corn on the aroma. What's the best buy on this? Doesn't say, but cherry, pineapple. I would say I get more cherry than pineapple. I get a little like fruitiness. Now 45 to 50 degree temperature for serving, that's probably what it was. I kept this in my little mini fridge in my basement, so it's colder than room temperature, but it's not as cold as a traditional refrigerator. It's probably about 45, 50, whereas a traditional fridge is probably anywhere from about 37 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's definitely at the temperature that it needs to be. And the Terrapin glass there, Terrapin Oktoberfest. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and try this one. So tart up front. Now Berliner Weisse is not a style that I've had a lot of, so I'm not too familiar with how they traditionally taste. Kind of reminds me of a sour. It's fruity, it's juicy kind of. It doesn't taste like an IPA, but it doesn't taste like a regular, German lager or whatever. I got this at Total Wine and More in Kennesaw, Georgia. The closest Total Wine to me is in Kennesaw. So we drove there the other night, about 20 minutes away, down 575 south of me. Can art's pretty cool. Kind of has a summertime looking theme here in the middle of winter, New Year's Day. So Happy New Year's, everybody. I'm recording this on January 1st, 2026. So Happy New Year. It's a nice day out here. It's sunny, clear, chilly, but not cold. Maybe upper 50s. I mean, it's jacket weather, but for this time of year, it's pretty mild. So I thought, what the heck? Let's have a review outside. And for December, I actually gave up beer You know how some people do dry January? I did dry December. I mean, I had a little cheat day in there when I went and had some beers with some coworkers for the Christmas party. Had to have some beers with the guys there, but for the most part, this whole month, I haven't really been drinking at all. So here in January, which is when most people probably stop drinking, I'm picking back up with it. So wanted to get a review out there. Again, it's tart. It reminds me, it's like an apricot kind of fruity note. It reminds me of a sour. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I keep coming back to. Not as sour as a sour, but there is a tart kind of fruity note that hints at that. I like it, but it's not something that I would drink on the regular. It's not a regular day drinker for me. It's not something I would drink like watching a ball game or sitting out in the yard, you know, on a summer afternoon. This is not something I would pick for that, but it's a nice treat. It's different. I'm glad I tried it. I like trying local beers. You know, Pontoon Brewing is a suburb of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. I've had several of their beers before. It's been a long time since I've had any of their beers, but I thought, heck, let's have one. So, rating, I'll go 87 out of 100, 8.7 out of 10. It's pretty good, but not something I'd probably buy again. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about it, really. Got this at Total Wine and More, a single for like probably like $2 or something. Whatever the single prices of beer are at Total Wine. They're not as cheap as they used to be. They used to be like 99 cents or $1.29, but now they're like $2.99 for a can. So yeah, 87 out of 100 for the Berliner style Weisse from Pontoon Brewing. Crushing Waves Berliner Weisse. Cheers and thank you for watching.